welcome back to Middle Farm on Farming Simulator 25. Thanks for joining me once again. So, back-to-back episodes, as I mentioned previously, basically just picking up from where we were in the last episodes. Just starting the mowing, just done a few headlands. Nipped over to check what was in the bale storage. We are in desperate need of hay. Forgotten all about that, so I think we'll probably do both of these fields as hay for the winter. And go that way with it, just to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, and then as I mentioned before, really, then it'll just be a case of tidying up the farm, doing the make sure the animals are fed, got them sorted for winter, and then we can jump through a few months worth, hopefully, relatively quickly, and move on to the better parts of the year for us farming wise, because with a small holding there really isn't much to do. We got a lot of manure in there, so basically just start sort of tidying things up really, and get the manure out of the main shed, chuck it all into that one big clamp outside, which would be good. So to be honest, really the most effective way that's going to be to do this, because it's just this like silly little off-center lines. I hate it when the up and downs don't match the headland lines. I don't know why. Maybe it's my just OCD playing up. But yeah. So yeah, well that's today's plan. Basically get the grass sorted, tidy the farm up, and then see if we can jump through a couple of months to get through the winter, and skip all the darkness and the horribleness. Much like real life, because it's already now longest day is past us, isn't it? So downhill from here now in terms of the weather. We've had our summer, a few nice days. That'll be the end of it now, realistically. Keen to have seen, obviously, as at the time of recording this, I want to see what you guys have been saying about your thoughts around what I should do with the series, or in addition to that then anything else that you've been sort of commenting on. It's the best part of doing like any sort of like content creation, is just meeting people and talking to people. So I know likes and comments help the channel, but they just help me as well. They really do help me. It's difficult at the moment, I've got to be honest. It is difficult because the new house, everything, and the time and the finances are all really tight, and I prioritise doing this over doing overtime in work. So financially right now doing this doesn't make any sense, because bless the guys who are members already and support the channel financially. Is incredible, and it's really, we've talked about this before, but it's a really strange thing, isn't it, when you sort of ask, I guess, for sponsorship. I don't know, it's weird, but I also don't advertise it, and I don't probably push it enough. So if you do have a couple of quid to spare, and it's something, you know, you've been watching this for a while now and you'll continue to watch my channel, thank you. The easiest way to support the channel is with a simple like and a subscribe to this channel series, to this channel on YouTube, and then like the video and any future ones, get your alerts on so you don't miss anything else that comes out in the future. But if you do want to join the membership, you can either join via YouTube, which will have its own perks listed when you press the button down below in terms of joining up on the channel. The only thing with YouTube is YouTube do take a big old cut of your subscription. Alternatively, follow the link in the description for Ko-fi, head over there, and you will be given a direction on how to join there. Both YouTube and Ko-fi provide you with a Discord membership. The Ko-fi members get a little bit more than the YouTube members, and we'll also be doing another hour with mids very soon. I'm going to put that on the Discord probably this weekend, with the plan of doing it next weekend for an hour of an evening and just having a good old chat. Last time I loved it, just people popping in and out, having a chat about random things about the game, but also other games, just lifestyle, sort of yeah, just nice healthy chat, just some good fun things. So yeah, if that is something you can afford to do and you're willing to do, please give it some consideration, because it's so beneficial for me, and it makes, you know, like, it just helps me keep afloat at the moment, because of them. It's hard when I'm turning down several £100 for a single sort of extra shift in work, when to do this, you know. And like, it sounds quite ungrateful and things. I don't mean it to be that way, but it is obviously financially hard at the moment. So if you can, great, thanks very much. Other than that, I hope you're all doing very well. Really keen to see what you all guys think about the new DLC that's coming out. So Scottish map finally confirmed, with the fisheries option as well. I know previously we've had fisheries in game, if I remember rightly. Oh, cool. My new house, as I've talked about plenty now, we are proper out in the country. The amount of tractors and balers and manure muck spreaders and tedders that go by my windows. Ironically, as I'm playing Farm Simulator, these incredible machines are flying by my house. There's a local farmer who's got a classic, real old school. Why will this not close? Where's the gate? There we go. It's got really old Massey Ferguson. And I'm gonna try. I've seen it when I've been out walking the dogs, and I'm gonna try and get the details of it next time it goes past. And it went past about maybe an hour or so ago, so I'm keeping a little watchful eye to see if I spot him. And one day I'll get a photo of it, because it's gorgeous. It's the style of like the Massey that they Clarkson hung up in Clarkson's farm in the pub. That's that sort of proper old school, like mower tractor. Real cool. Talking of mowers, I've only gone and bought myself a ride-on mower. Can't wait. Cannot wait. I ended up going second hand. Still cost me an absolute fortune. But I'm hoping that might be worth it. I can't even remember now the details on it, other than the fact it cost me a lot. And I know there would have been probably cheaper ways of doing it, but it is what it is. But yeah, very much look forward to that arriving. It should be being made up and serviced today, ready for collection this weekend. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be riding around my garden and my field on my brand new second-hand brand new, as George would say, ride-on mower. Yeah, can't wait for that. And it's incredible how little I know about all of these things. Just understanding what type of ride-on or mini tractor I should buy, it's just really difficult. Went for rather than a discharge one, went for one that collects, so we can get the basically pile it all up and potentially use that as a little bit of sort of ground foot as it decays on the various little patches that we've got, where we've got the vegetable patches and then we've got the greenhouses and things like that. So yeah, looking forward to that. We'll have to have a little waste heap somewhere, pick that out and drop all the cuttings in there. And as well, I think it's got the like a link up on the back of it, so I can put a little mower trailer on, which would be really handy, because with this being like our new home's an old like essentially farmstead, I don't know, but basically the previous owners at times have had it is like a farm. The barn was obviously built, and they've kind of built extensions on the barn, and then when bits of beams, instead of taking them down and replacing them, they've just sort of put new beams over the top of old beams and then just run the bits of work. And as always, there is just on farms behind buildings, there is just clutter, and they spent a lot of time clearing a lot of the clutter away, and there's still clutter kicking around all over the place. So it'd be quite nice just to have the rather than me dragging the wheelbarrow back and forth all over the shop. It'd be quite nice to be able to hook up a little cheap little trailer to the back of my lawnmower and use that to, if I load the trailer, drag it around the fields. What am I doing here? Why is this kicking away from the line that it's meant to be following? Get on the line and stay on the line, weirdo. So yeah, looking forward to that arriving. Still really undecided about what we're going to do. I've talked about it before with you guys. We've got like a big field up front, which we're not going to touch. It's sort of like the manicured lawn, as it were, which is just nice to look at. It's a big chunk of land, but we're hopefully there's a garage at the one end, and we're gonna annex that and turn it into like a little sort of like Airbnb granny annex flat sort of thing. Just a little double bed, kitchen, diner, and as well nice place for like if people come to visit and for them to stay, or as the kids grow up and stuff, it'll be an option for them as well. So yeah, that's the plan with the sort of front of the house. But then we've got these two fields. I don't know if I can combine them. Really intrigued if any of you got any experience with this, but where we live, we got an old green it's been diverted away, but there's still like it appears that there's still a little bit of water running through it. And what I'd like to do is there's this old green sort of runs between the two fields. I'd like to combine them, but I don't know. Can you just fill in an old green without the risk of that water, or should I put basically like a tube in there so that any water running through can still follow its original course and make its way through underneath? We're not going to be building on that section. I am going to convert we've got a number of big old sheds there. The previous owner, their grass fields basically is one big one and one small one, and they used to have some animals. Used to have, I think, horses at one point, and they've definitely had donkeys. What they used to do then was obviously deal like I'm doing now, cut the lawn, cut the grass, and he had a baler and a tedder and everything. And I wish they'd been a bit more open to the sort of selling that on as part of the build, as part of the purchase, because I absolutely would have bought one of his old tractors and done that. And even though it wouldn't have been massive amounts of money, I would have still happily done it every sort of few months. It would have been brilliant fun. But hey ho, alas, they didn't. So we've got to decide what we're going to do with that land. And I'm very tempted to go down the route of doing like an enclosed dog walking field. So people can turn up, it'll be all done online, all the bookings, you've got the code to get in, nice and secure, sort of airlock fence system, so park in the one, close the gate behind you, let the dog out, it can't escape, etc, 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 that sort of thing. If any of you have got any ideas what I could do with this land, though, I don't know what the quality of the soil is. It's only about the one big field, which is the main one, where I'd certainly, if I can't combine the fields, I'd say it's about 1.5 acres to 2 acres, the big field. And my plan with the smaller fields is if I can't combine them, I'm going to probably keep it just for us and put a load of fruit trees up there. Just do like nice little fruit orchard. Maybe 5 trees of each type, so pear, cherry, maybe some plum. And then I know you've got to put well, they say you should put a crab apple tree at the end of an orchard, and that attracts all the bees and the wasps and whatnot, apparently. So that's why you'll find crab apple trees at the end of fruit orchards, which is interesting. But yeah, any thoughts on what I could do with a very small parcel of land? I'd be very keen to hear your thoughts, please. Smashing through this now, 10 to 2 in the afternoon. Game time. Probably not that far actually off real time. What am I about? 20 past 3. So, yeah. So I think the right thing is just at the moment to head all of this and row both then fields and just make hay in both. And then we're set, because realistically we don't have masses of animals, and this should see us then through all of the next year, and then we can really make a good effort of selling some of the silage, and that'll allow us then to focus on just making silage for a couple of grows, maybe a couple like cycles potentially. I have been absolutely smashing the farmhand again. I had a couple of weeks off it with everything that was going on with the move and everything, just because I just had too much to do and couldn't concentrate on watching hours and hours of YouTube. But this last few days, starting to find that I've got a bit more time on my hands and willingness to just sit back and relax rather than flogging myself to death. So yeah, absolutely smashing through that. Not a million miles off now. I think I'm on about episode 172, 73, something like that. I don't want to say any spoilers in case you haven't watched The Farmhand. If you haven't watched The Farmhand, and other than a reason of it'll take views off me, go and watch it. Not only is it probably the best YouTube series that I've watched of anything involving a game in terms of a role play. Scroft is just a legend of a guy. Total top bloke. Considering his success and how many people must message him and the amount of comments he gets and stuff, the time that he takes and his ability to speak to his fans and people who message him is honestly, it blows my mind. I had to message him personally, and I don't like to message him direct because it's part of his rules, but I guess because I'm a paying member to his channel, he probably has got a little bit more flexibility on that side of things, and I just needed his advice on an issue with one of basically a member on our side of things. I won't go into the gory details of it, but I think Scroft had an issue with this person, so I wanted to double check it before I supported his channel and removed the member from mine. And yeah, and I just thought, I'll message, but he probably won't message me back. The guy's got 50, 60, I don't know whatever it is these days, 1,000 people following him on YouTube, and his Discord is so active, it's so busy, and yeah, bang, within no time at all, top bloke has messaged back, and I just thought, what a guy, like what a guy. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. The Farmhand is just sensationally good. Right, let's put the front weight back on the front instead of the back, so we'll drop that there like that, and then we will hook into here, and we will grab our little tedder over in there in the corner. We're going to ted this grass up. It's probably a good job that why is that not hooking up now? How off was I then? How was that backwards? Oh, it's done it again, hasn't it? It's jumped. How was that turned around? Oh no. Can I cheat? Can I force it to... The only other thing I could think to do would be to maybe, right, I tell you what, we'll have one go at trying to do it properly. If not, I'll reset it, go and grab it, and I'll bring you guys back in. Where is Mr. Agri Pro? Come on, you. There's a JCB Agri Pro that flies past you, pulling massive trailers of bales behind it. Yeah, that brings me a lot of joy. I put a photo in my Discord, probably the first week that we moved here, or the second week maybe. And behind our big field there's fields and fields and fields. And yes, look at that. Oops, but also look at that driving. And yeah, and they were out there basically cutting all the grass. So they had a whole like class set up, just like this. Yeah, glass tractors, and they were mowers and tedders and rows, and yeah, it was brilliant watching them. It was really brilliant watching them. And then they had the forage harvester going around, so the big class forage harvester to picking it all up and spewing it into the trailer with the tractor following closely behind. So yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved watching that. Was straight out there, big smile on my face. They must have thought I was proper weird. Just this random bloke just stood on a gate, smiling at them cutting grass. They must have like this, you know, what is going on with this weirdo? But yeah, there I was with my kids, both in each arm, taking them off to watch the tractors working in the field, and loved it. Just one of my favourite moments since I've been living out here, to be honest with you. And I've had a lot. There have been a lot of issues. There's been some problems, as I spoke about in the first episode back on my return. But yeah, overall, this house does make me smile. We've got a tree swing, and the kids just love it. And all it is, you know, it's just an real old rubbish blue robe horrible tree swing with a proper swing seat in it, held on to the branch with two, just from what I can tell, pretty old chains. I mean, it's strong. I mean, I'm a big lad, and at 6'2" and best part of 17 stone, I can sit on it, and it didn't collapse, so they're going to be fine. And yeah, and they just love it. And watching them playing on that, it just, those sort of mental pictures in your mind, it's lush. It's really, really, really nice. So talking of which, I've just seen them pull onto the drive. They've been out to the park today. Mum has been out to do Mum's Club and go meet her mates and all them with their children. So that's the only reason I've been able to get on here and spend a bit of time doing some recording. So they'll be in the house now, causing absolute chaos very shortly. But I think what I'll do is I'll use this opportunity. We did a nice cinematic in the last one, so I think on this one we'll just do a full jump cut, because you've seen me ted and deal with grass before. So yeah, we'll do a full jump cut, and I'll catch up with you probably at the point we started to bale it all. I'm going to bring you guys back in a bit earlier than planned. Was going to try and get this done and then bring you back in for the baling, but as the family are here, I don't want to put playing a computer game over being around my kids, so I'm going to go and spend a little time with them. Just going to try and finish these headlands off for us, make ourselves, oh dear, I was concentrating on again things that are going past the window rather than looking at the game. There was a tractor went by just now, and it was the colour would suggest Kubota, because it was proper orange. I don't think it was like a burnt Massey or anything like that. It did look a bit, it looked big for a Kubota over here. Yeah, interesting. It looks like we've got a pretty good yield again on this grass, to be fair. So intrigued to see how many bales we end up getting from this field. By all means, if you'd like to have a little game in the comments, combined total amount of bales for both fields, please let me know, and then in the next episode we'll see who was closest out, hopefully. But yeah, it's going to be a very short, sharp and sweet episode, this one. And maybe that would be the better format for these at the moment without the roleplay series, because I can just keep trying to get as many of these episodes out as I can as the week or two kind of goes on. Just a little bit more content, but just maybe not quite as long as usual. And as well, it will alleviate that issue that, you know, I've got more to talk about because I use up all my chat in 2 episodes and all of a sudden I've got nothing in the 3rd one. So yeah, I've touched on it already, guys. If you want to come and be a membership, get a membership, please join either via YouTube or via Ko-fi, preferably Ko-fi, just because it provides so much more in terms of your donation and subscription to the content creators rather than the big driving my tractor through a bush, rather than the big companies that yeah, it's not that they don't need it, but I would argue right now I probably need it more. If you aren't a member and aren't going to go that way, that's absolutely fine. You can still massively help me, massively support the channel by providing a like and a subscribe to it. It is as simple as that. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, but it really does help me. Please leave a comment, let me have a chat with me. Come over to Discord. The link to follow is within the description and in the pinned comment. So if you are on Discord, and you should be, because there's some amazing things on Discord, and a lot of it is doesn't require memberships and things like that, as does neither does mine. There is a members area which is there's no fee for. It's just if you do become a member, then you will get access to areas that others don't. But as always, if you are still here, thank you ever so much. But until next time, be happy, stay safe, and we will speak again soon. Take care.